I recording? Okay, now I'm recording. Okay. It's January 28th. We're doing a Zoom call on mindset today, and I'm going through this again because I forgot to hit record. My inspiration for today's topic is You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. I think you say Sincero. So yeah, I've been doing this coaching thing since 2014, and every single program that I do, I'm like, I'm gonna lose X amount of weight by a certain date, and it's usually 20 pounds, and I never meet that goal, and then I get frustrated with myself, and then I binge, and then the next program comes, and then I'm good again, and then I do great, and sometimes I lose a good amount of weight, sometimes I only lose 5 pounds, it depends on the program, and it's kind of this vicious cycle that I'm really, quite frankly, sick of, and I'm sure you can relate with the whole mindset thing. So I think, like, and I was talking to Dawn a little bit about this, that last week, I think it was the stronger workout, where like we both kind of had an epiphany, like it's not about the damn number on the scale. That I think us as society, we're conditioned to like hold this holy grail of a number. And I know, especially with me coaching, that's the big thing, like the Beachbody Challenge, which I'm not knocking anything Beachbody, but it's usually the people who win have these amazing weight loss stories. A lot of them do overcome other things, like some of them have cancer, and you know, they had a real big loss in the family and that kind of thing. They lost their children. So I'm totally not knocking that, but they do tend to center around that number on the scale. And I know a lot of the top coaches, you know, they're all about like losing that weight, and they all look a certain way. And it's too much. Like, we need to stop with the damn scale, because I think a lot of it, for me especially, and I know for you too, is up here. Like, there's a lot of shit that's going on up there. Excuse me for swearing, but we sort of self-sabotage ourselves, and we need to stop that. So my goal with the rest of this Transform 20, which is what, we're almost halfway through it, but I went into it saying I'm going to lose 20 pounds by this date and things are going to be great. But during that workout last week, Stronger, I just realized, like, it's about not giving in and really fixing like what's going on up here, because I think if we can fix what's going on up here, it'll just happen. And if it doesn't happen, and if I'm meant to stay this way, then I just need to accept that and be happy and embrace it, because I know we've been doing this same freaking like hamster wheel our whole lives, and it's enough. So that is my thing. I don't even know if I'm going to weigh myself. Usually I weigh myself on Monday and Friday, and I didn't even weigh myself today because we went to Bertucci's on Saturday, and I had pizza, and I wanted a damn treat. I didn't go overboard. I logged it in my nutrition, and I was done. I was like, I had fun. We went out with Amy, and we had a fun time, and that was it. And I felt okay, and I didn't beat myself up over it. And I knew if I weighed myself today, because restaurant food always has a lot of salt in it, tends to, you know, you get a lot of water retention, I can gain between like 2 and 3 pounds. The same with the hiking. Don't weigh yourself the day after you go hiking, or even 2 days after you go hiking, because you're not going to be happy with that number, and it's going to mess with your head the rest of the day, and maybe even the rest of the week. So I made an effort today, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to weigh myself, because I just don't want that number to define me. It's crazy how much we put on that number. So that's my big revelation. And I found some points in this book, You Are a Badass, that I'm hoping will help you with this. You really need to get the book. It's amazing. You can even listen to it on Audible. You could rent it at the library, maybe, I think, whatever. Or get like a library card. Hang on, I need to drink. I need to drink, I'm thirsty. Okay, so number one, she says, remember that done is better than perfect. So remember that done is better than perfect. I know I am so guilty. I want to have the perfect workout. I want to beat my Transformers every time, which I beat 2 out of 3 today. And last week I didn't beat 3 out of a couple days. I mean, it was just not a great week. So you know what? You finished a damn workout. You should be proud of that. We put those stickers. I hope you put your stickers on your stuff. That was like, an amazing thing. I mean, some people think it's silly, but I think it's great because we're going to get 3 and then we're going to be so damn proud and we're going to start round 2 of it. Why not, right? So done is better than perfect. So same thing with your food. Like me on Saturday, I had fun. It was great. I moved on. And Sunday, I had leftovers, so I did have those today. So it wasn't technically done. But I was like okay with that. Whereas before, I would get stuck in that little hamster wheel of, oh my gosh, I had pizza and then we had the tiramisu, which really wasn't that good anyway. So I don't even know why I was so excited about it, because even Brian wasn't like, it's not that good. But you get into that hamster wheel and it's like, well, on Sunday, let's just go out and have or Brian make chocolate chip pancakes, and then just like let everything derail. And I so have done that in the past, and it's crazy. So we need to know where you stop. So that's the other thing, is notice where you stop when you're doing this, big lifestyle change or trying to stay on the lifestyle change. Because I know a lot of people, they're really good at starting and then something stops them. So what stops you? I pretty much have the fitness down, but I know for my business, what stops me is when a lot of people say no. A lot of people don't read my messages. I get frustrated. I follow up a million times. People are just ignore me. I tell them happy birthday and they give me the thumbs up, which I think is that's like nails on a chalkboard to me. Like, it's just like, can't you just say thank you or something? I know, or at least give the big thumb or a GIF or something. But for me, it's those little things that'll stop me. So now I know, okay, well, what do I need to do when that happens? When I get frustrated, when you get frustrated, what do you need to do? You need to maybe do some positive affirmations. I know that might not be your thing. It might be a little woo-woo. Just post-it notes everywhere, or maybe a reminder on your phone that says like, I'm awesome, or you're awesome, or get up and be awesome, or something like that. So I think we celebrate so much when we start, but then when we get into that challenge in the middle, we sort of lose ourselves, and it's kind of all or nothing. We're just like, okay, whatever, I'm just done with this. So I think that's very important, to get into your head and figure out this. And how do you do that? If you're really good and you can hear those voices, bravo, I'm very proud of you. But for me, those negative voices have been going for 43 years now, and I still can't hear the damn things. Like, there are a few times I can hear them in the workouts, and I'm like, oh my God, I can hear myself going, oh, it's too hard. And that's when I look at that book that says Never Give In, which I guess actually isn't a really good book motivation wise. Brian said it's some war movie or Winston Churchill or something. I don't even know, but it motivates me. So that's the thing, is we need to figure out when those voices are, they're trying to sabotage us. That's basically what we're self-sabotaging us. So ourselves. And a lot of times journaling, if you can do the journaling, do that. That was really good. And I'm not talking like writing pages and pages. Maybe just write a couple sentences. Have a little mantra that you say to yourself, like, I'm awesome, or I'm not going to stop this time. I deserve to keep going. I'm stronger. I've been through a lot. You ladies have been through a lot of struggle. We got all recovery people right here, very, very huge. And so I think it's important to know where you kind of hit that roadblock and you just say, F it, I'm done. So that, I'm telling you, journaling is the thing I can think of now that really has helped me. Maybe if a loved one notices when you sort of fall into that pattern, maybe they can help you recognize it if you can't recognize it for yourself. Or just talk to a friend. Like, it's a work in progress, but notice where you stop. Is it when it gets really good? When you're feeling really good? Do you stop before you even get out of bed? You're just like, oh, damn it, my bed is so comfortable, I'm not going to work out. And I just don't feel like writing my food down today, or I just don't feel like being good. I hate that. So that's the second thing. Notice where you stop. And then number 3, I think is kind of funny. She says, make a bet with someone mean. So if you really want to stick to something, make a bet with somebody who's not going to take it easy on you. They're not going to coddle you and say, it's okay, honey, you had a really rough day. Here, have some cake, or have this food. I love you so much. Make it so that they will really give you some tough love when you need it. I know for me, tough love works. It has worked a lot in the past. It helped me get out of a really bad marriage where I was doing drugs for 13 years. And she, we don't talk anymore, but I think that was her purpose in my life, was to be that mean someone to me. And I've actually written her a letter, and she never wrote back, but I thanked her for that because it started a domino effect of really positive things. So I think there's something to be said for someone who can kind of be really mean and just dish it right back to you. So I'm probably not going to be that person, but I'll try like hell if you want me to be that person. So I thought that was really cute. Make a bet with someone mean. And number 4 is own it and work it within your scheduled time. Wait, own it and work it. No, sorry. Third time's a charm. Own it and work with it. Oh my God, I'm getting tired. So basically, if you're the person who blows off everything until the last minute, they procrastinate, and then you get so damn stressed about yourself that you're like, oh my God, and you're just not enjoying, like you're hanging out with friends maybe, and you're in the back of your mind stressing that, oh my gosh, I didn't meal prep for tomorrow, or I didn't get my clothes ready to work out. I'm supposed to work out in the morning, and I totally blew off my workout. Just own it. Don't worry about doubling up on the workout. If you miss today, you miss today. Just be done with it. Done is better than perfect. Going back to number 1. And then just do better the next time. That's all I ask, really. Just try to do your best every day. We're not in this for perfection. And I think society really wants us to be perfect in so many ways. We need to look perfect. We need to have beautiful skin. We need to be the perfect wife, the perfect husband, the perfect mother, child, brother, sister. It's just too much. Let's just stop it, okay? So do your best and forget the rest. I don't know if you're from Tony Horton days, but that's like the best saying ever. I love it. In number 5, she says, love yourself right now, wherever you're at. So, and actually every chapter, she ends it with love yourself. So there's like a recurring thing where she's saying, love yourself, love yourself. So you need to find that love yourself mantra. That's all I got. So this is kind of the beginning. As I kind of figure out more, you guys figure out more to figure out what's going on in your mind. We can share more of that, but I'm going to open it up for maybe question and answers, just whatever you're feeling. Did this help? Is this better than what I've done in the last couple weeks? Tell me.
Oh, I think you hit all the major. I want to get that book. I definitely want to get that book because
Awesome.
it's saying everything that I need to hear. Totally. Yeah. Because today when I did it, and she, I don't know the middle one's name in the, of all the girls, and she showed her thing, and she was like at 170 and 180, and I'm like, I thought I did so good. And I'm looking at her going, oh my God.
I know. I think she's like an athlete. She's like a boxer. So
Okay. 'Cause I'm like, I was so happy. And then I looked at that. I'm like, oh no. Like, I'm like, don't judge myself by somebody else. And that's what I've got to try to do.
yeah, I probably should have put that as number one. Don't compare yourself to others.
It's hard because you see them going at it so easy.
It's very
And
hard.
it is. And I try to, I'm into a lot of fitness. So struggling, it's humbling for me. It's so humbling, but that's the part of the struggle and the pushing out of my comfort zone, which I guess I got comfortable in my workouts
Yeah.
because this is, and I've guarded myself. I've guarded myself to stay in the safe zone or whatever. 'Cause I'm not good enough to push out. And this has actually, I broke down a couple times because I was at that point. I'm like, no, I'm not going to give up. And the tears, it was like I broke through walls of myself. So
Oh
it's
yeah.
really cool. And it's that mindset. It's coming from here.
Yep.
So, and I was thinking this morning about because I haven't, like I told you, I haven't looked at a number on my scale. If I go to the doctors, I turn around. I have not seen my weight. They tell me if it's good or if it's bad, but I know if I see the number, it's not going to be the number I want it to be. My sick mind still wants to see it in the double digits. So I was thinking, well, my goal should be to be able to see the scale. But I'm like, no, because then I'm going to defeat everything I've worked for.
Yep.
So that's not going to be a goal for me. I don't think that's a healthy goal for me.
No, I
Because
don't think it is either.
I'll be back on the rat race of checking that constantly and nah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, even with the to be mindset, like one of their foundational rules, I guess, is, weigh yourself daily. And that really messed with my head. And I just can't do it. I think Shanti says he weighs himself every 2 weeks. So he doesn't even do it every day. And he said he fought that field in the journal because he didn't believe that people should be weighing themselves every day. But I think because
oh
the
wow.
journal is sort of encompassing the portion fix system and the to be mindset and the 80-20 rule, which he goes by.
Mm.
That's why they put it in there.
I kind of skipped that part.
Yeah, I just put a line through it. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's about this weight. I really feel like this is what we need to work on as a society.
It's our fat thinking. That's what I
Yes.
call it, my fat brain.
Yep.
It's my fat brain.
Yep.
It can't see anything but what I don't want to see.
And I think the addiction really doesn't help either. That mindset, all or nothing.
It is. Yeah, that whole thing, that's part of it. My recovery. If I could put what I do towards my recovery towards food and the relationship with food, I'd be so much better. It's a tough one. It's a really tough one, especially when your body image and your self-esteem and shame, it's all in eating and your body. So it's a hard one. It's one that I haven't gotten a complete grasp of yet.
Same here because you can live without the drug or the drink, but you can't live without the food.
Right. Can't.
Well,
What you got, Penny?
the program that I have had some help with my addiction, my food addiction. They say, oh, you can't, I gotta stop, get my hand in there. You can't stop eating food, right? So food's
Right.
a big deal. You can stop drinking, you can stop doing drugs, you can stop all the other wonderful things that we don't do anymore. You can't stop eating, but there are some things that you can stop eating. And the same way, like for me, I will never have another alcoholic drink, right? And I can say I'm really close to being able to say, and I will never have another cookie in my life. I will never have another, but sometimes you have these like flip switches and the emotions come up and you're like, where's that cake? But I'm almost to the point where it's gone with the alcohol. I'm so close, so close. And I feel so grateful for all the tools that have come my way, even the failures that, I know I'm actually taking this program that we're talking about here as a tool, a part of my good health. I love the way my body feels right now after 2 weeks of being on this program. The first week was kind of sketchy because I was traveling. I couldn't get the programs, whatever. So when I came home, I just started over. So I'm kind of like in some weird warped place where nobody else is. I didn't put my sticker on yet. I'm not there yet. Like I didn't feel like I earned that sticker yet. But yeah, I don't take it to its intensity that maybe Shaun T would want me to, because when I do that, it really it messes with my head even more. Like,
Mm.
and I get hungry, and I have to maintain my eating first. If I don't have that drilled down, then I can't add all this other stuff. So Renee knows if I start exercising like crazy, I'll just start eating like crazy, and then I throw it all away. I don't exercise, I don't eat right. Now I'm just, on a binge fest. So I'm adding it as slowly as my brain will allow me to add it, and still keep my food spot on. So that's been a huge blessing to know that, it really is so much about what goes into your mouth, rather than you can't out exercise a bad diet. So, and there is hope. There is hope for the binging and the food addiction that I never saw. I never could see it coming, but it's taken so much counseling. There's been so much that's gone into the food addiction thing, but it's really been huge. So
And I really
I
believe
would
the whole
encourage you.
addiction. Oh, sorry.
Huh? That's okay. Go ahead.
I believe the whole addiction thing, it absolutely stems from stuff that happened in our childhood, or just a very traumatic, very, very traumatic thing that might have happened as an adult. But I think the childhood probably opened this gateway. So
Yeah.
Definitely.
For sure. For sure. And when you can, and what I'm learning in these last 2 weeks in counseling and reading and stuff is my feelings. Aren't we always eating our feelings? I mean, that's a big deal. It's like whether you're happy or sad or jealous, or there's a whole angry, whatever it's an emotion, and it's the emotion. What I've discovered that's been really helpful this week. It's the emotions that I say. The emotion comes along. I feel it inside, and
Mhm.
I say, "Oh, I'm not supposed to feel that way. Uh, a good wife wouldn't feel that way, or a good mother wouldn't feel that way, or a good Christian wouldn't feel that way." So I take that emotion, I say, "Go away, emotion. You don't belong here with me, because I'm not like that. I'm a good person. I want to be a good." So emotion, you're bad, go away. Instead, what I've been doing this week is I see the emotion come up, and I'm like, "Oh, hi, jealousy. Yeah, we should be jealous. We love this person, and we miss them, and we want more time with them, and but we can't have it. We need to be rational." But it's not stuffing it away. It's acknowledging it and not eating over it. I got something I like to eat over. I realized that my bank had charged me $175 in fees
Mm.
for, like, oh, $2 cup of coffee. Here's a $25 fee to go with it.
Uh,
It happened 7 times. before I got my paycheck and knew it. Like, I didn't even know it was happening, or I would have stopped, right? You know, like, hey. So that would be something that would gnaw at me. The guilt, the shame, stupidity. It was stupid of me, right? I mean, it was just like, I didn't have, you know. But I remember when that feeling came up, like, you know, that dreaded, heartsick feeling, like helpless, like you know, this, oh, why did I do that again? And I was like, you know what? That's a bad thing that happened. Like, I'm telling my feeling that yes, this sucks, but I can prevent this from happening again. It's not the end of the world, and I see you, but we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine. And so going through all that, instead of being like, forget it, like I could have so gone and eaten a great big bowl of cereal over that. Like, I mean, I just like, oh, I needed some, you know, something, but I didn't. I just like talked to the feeling, straightened it out, got it out, and I didn't eat. It was like, you know,
That's great.
this thing about feeling the feelings, feel my feelings. I'm okay. My feelings are good. And I just like, probably seem so hokey because I'm really a solid human, but like, it's really cool. I get to hear my feelings. No longer has a time limit. Ooh,
Yeah, I know.
wow.
I just got that too.
I got that too.
That's weird. I didn't know there was a time limit. That's good to know. It's 40 minutes. Well, not today, but maybe in the future. You know, that totally makes sense though, because as a kid, like, my mom was always like beating the crap out of my dad, and I always hid in the closet. So that's kind of my thing, is I can't feel it, because that's what I feel. I can't feel the emotion, so I need to hide from it. And then maybe that's my way of hiding, is like just hiding the emotion.
I would encourage everyone to just think about it this week and just be like, oh, I feel you. I feel you. You know, people say things like that. There's a reason that people say things like that. Oh, I feel you, man. But, or when, like, if you tell me a story right now and I say, you know what, I would be really sad if I were you. That's a really tough thing you went through. I'm validating your feelings.
Yes.
You validate your own feelings and see where it gets you this week. Like, whatever the feeling is, anger, jealousy, loneliness, feeling left out, like,
I love
anxious.
it. I think that'll be our homework assignment. That's our takeaway for the week, is we need like a feelings journal, and just whatever, we feel, just write it down.
Just write it down.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Write it down and say, yep, it's okay. It's okay. Just never tell it it's a bad feeling and it should go away. Own your feeling, validate your feeling, and let it be. And I got a feeling that, like, I've had a modicum of success with it this week, and I'm like, wow, this is really awesome. So it's been really valuable to me.
I think that's really important, what you just said about validating ourselves, because like this week, Thursday, I have to have a colonoscopy done. Fun. And so I was taught, my boyfriend's out of town for a couple of weeks. And he asked me, he's like, well, what are you having for dinner? I'm like, well, I don't need to eat. He's like, well, why? I'm like, well, I'm having a colonoscopy on Thursday. He's like, Dawn, I'm like, the food's just going to come out. Why do I need it? And he's like, nutrition. And I needed that reminder, because for me, I'm the opposite. I don't like to eat. I don't like food. I'm scared of food. I've got a history of anorexia, a long history of anorexia, and that was my control, because I had a pretty traumatic past, locked in a basement with sexual abuse, and the only thing I controlled was my body, what I didn't put in it, so I could control what it looked like. And that was a long time ago. You know, it ended at 16 years old. And that mindset got built during that personality development, because that's when a child gets developed. Usually between 9 and 13 is when the brain really forms who they are. And that formed me. So what I'm trying to do is fight against that, to not have, you know, that it's okay to eat in front of people, that I don't have to hide because, you know, I'll eat, I'll go have just a protein bar so I don't have to be seen eating. Yeah, or I don't know if I'm by myself that I deserve that I can have a healthy meal. So that's the stuff I've been working through, is that this is showing me you can eat, talk to your food, see what it's giving you. My thing is, if I'm home, okay, just have a really large iced coffee. That'll fill me up.
Mm.
That's the stuff I'm trying to, but it's all the stuff. It's just so that would be my dinner, and that's taking away from myself. Like the Shakeology is my one true nutrition that I get for the day, and I put stuff in it. I get bananas going in there and peanut butter, so I'm getting good with it. I haven't tried that yet. I haven't.
Makes it very creamy.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got to try that.
Real nice.
I'll have to try. I'll try to add that. Can you taste it?
Nope. Not really. Doesn't taste like avocado. Just like creamy. Makes it very good fat.
Yeah, I heard they're really good. I haven't gone down the road of them yet.
Renee won't eat them unless they're in a shake, I don't think. But
I eat them in salads now.
You do? High five.
I know. This is Brian.
Girl, I love them. I'm only allowed.
I haven't liked them, so that's why I'm trying to think to maybe add them into the shake first.
I would try a quarter of the avocado. Don't try like a half an avocado, because I don't think you're gonna taste a quarter of it.
I'll do that if it makes it creamy. I love the creamy when they come out so creamy.
Yeah, and the straw
my favorite.
Oh, I used to love them.
I always test it with my straw.
Nice.
Straw test.
Well, I actually took notes from this call, so I was like the student here, so thank you. I didn't know that between ages 9 and 13, the brain forms who we are. I didn't realize that. And that makes, I'm going to do
thinking about ourselves.
Because I had some real crap happen around that time, so yeah.
It's how we start our self-image, our body image, how we see ourselves. And that's really, that's us. That's where the addictions come from, and our self-esteem issues, our body issues.
Yeah.
So
I grew up in a house where where money, sex, and alcohol were the value system. You know, I have a billion values other than those things now.
Yeah.
And, you know, I have to fight, you know, I probably have to fight against the whole money thing. But I don't have to fight against the sex thing. It's fine. But I'm old hat now. But, you know, but I realize looking back that the way people in that house, and I guess I'd have to say my stepfather, you know, like it's just like a constant stream of you know, looking at other women, talking about other women, about oh, she was so beautiful, she had a rack like this, and you know, like that constant, like, so you know, the women in the house had to think that, so this is what I need is a rack. Well, I ain't never had one of them, and you know, but you kind of get the sense that your body has to be attracted for them, right? So only now can I take care of my body in a way that I'm not doing anything for anyone. My husband loved me at 285 pounds. He whatever he wanted, whatever he wants now, he wanted then. So there's, you know, I don't do anything for him or any other man on the planet. Everything I do is because it makes me feel so great. I mean, it really makes me feel good. I feel so strong in my body right now. You know, I've done some workouts on the Beachbody On Demand for like a long time, and then but I'd start eating, I just stopped everything, but my body started dying. Like I could feel it. So now life is back. I love the way everything feels so alive. Of course, I'm dead at 7:00 at night, but that's okay. But I do love it. I just need to keep it apart, not try to make it the whole thing. Like not get too crazy about working out. Just keep it a nice, sensible part.
A
And if
balance.
these workouts get too hard for me, I just switch right over to yoga. I still want to be moving. Are you a hiker too?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I went from like going, like little stone to little stone. I started doing beach body stuff with Renee, and my stride got so long. Like I knew that when I land on that rock that's like 2.5 feet away, I'm going to stick to it. Like I feel and I can get my other leg up to it too. I feel like amazing. It makes me such a better hiker when I keep this kind of thing going. I just love it. Have you done the beach body on demand for a while, or?
Well, I have, but I never ever did it right. I would just go on there and I'd pick one. I'd go
Yeah.
through and just pick like the 45-minute one, or the one at the very end. I'd pick my favorite ones. Like in Insanity, I'd pick the 60-minute plyometric one or the cardio one. I'd pick them, and I never did any order of anything, so it really didn't have any meaning. It was just go in and randomly do one, maybe skip a few days and not do it and just go to the gym. I didn't have any it was random what I was doing. So doing it this way, I'm feeling how these programs work.
My goodness. I was surprised yesterday, even before I shoveled a lot, that like it felt like my breast muscles, that's not even a word, but my like my chest was feeling like sore. I'm like, wow, I didn't think I was working my upper body hardly at all.
I noticed it because I've got boobs. I don't like them, but I got them, and they can move now.
Yeah.
Because the muscle underneath.
Yeah. Like that's really like, I was like, wow, why am I tender there? That seems like a weird place to be tender, because I don't feel like we're really using our upper body all that much. Just some of those squatty things with your arms behind you, but I guess.
And the burpees we're doing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You know what I like? I can't hardly do a push-up to save my life, but the ones where you lay down on the step and push up like off from the step, I like those. I can actually do them like that. So anytime that he's doing any kind of full-on push-up, I just pull the step underneath me. It helps. It's like a baby push-up for me.
Yeah.
My arms are such. I really don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do a push-up, but
it's really hard.
Trying.
We're not really designed to like do a push-up. I mean, women can. I'm not saying that we can't, but I can do more push-ups than Brian can on my toes.
On your toes, yeah, I'm definitely on my knees. But I didn't think I could have a plank, and I can plank for a few counts now, which is really amazing because, I feel like my tummy is just a big, blubber bowl, but but underneath there, it's doing something. That feels good.
It does. Watching the numbers change has been so neat, because I think, oh, well, the way I am the first week, it's going to be the same second week and third week. I'm not. So to see the numbers change, I'm like, oh my gosh, something is happening.
Yeah.
I think that's the only numbers we should care about, to be honest.
I know.
I'm using the modifier. So, and I'm so glad it's there, because I pull it up every time, and sometimes I end up just following the Mr. T, but mostly I'm just sticking right with the modifier. Sometimes I can do it a little bit. Like if I can do what they're doing, I will. But otherwise, I'm cool with the modifier. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to hurt. When I'm done working out, I still have to go to work. So